Hey Jameson, hey Lillian. Well, I figure you was at work, Lillian, considering it's only what 4:48. Jameson, what you doing? I might need you to do my taxes because I got my Grubhub 1099 and I made 5,400 last year, but I never kept track of my. Hey, purpose for me. See, Jameson, that's what happens. But you know what though? You have to think about whether you're gonna take the actual expenses or mileage. You can't do both, so you got to think what have you been spending. What have you been spending? You know the Stride app. You can also keep track of your expenses too. All you have to do is link your bank account to Stride, and it will pull. It will atomize different categories, and then you could determine if your mileage is going to be more than your actual expense, such as your telephone, your cell phone bill, maintenance repairs, gas. There's a whole bunch of things. Even if you use your home as a business, part of your home is a business expense too, as long as you have exclusive areas that you conduct business. Which I mean by that is, say for instance, you do your business record keepings and you do YouTube and you have a room or home office, you could deduct that. So there's a lot of factors other than mileage. But anyways, I just want to make a live stream video to let y'all know I'll be starting my tax series again. And I work at my regular job. I haven't done Grubhub in a month because they blocked me from getting blocked. What? How they block you from getting blocks? See, that's why I can't deal with these apps anymore, like those major ones anymore. They just use people. What's this on my shirt? They use a lot of people just for a little bit of money, especially when there's so many people that jumps on board to do it, to a point where I know in Atlanta it starts to get a little bit scarce to even get blocks. So I don't know. But anyways, I just want to let y'all know that I'm trying to debate now. Tell me, should I do a live stream with the updates or should I just record it? But if I record it in increments or series, it won't be long series. It may be just little 6-7 minutes. Contact driver care specialist. They will tell you if because of your some reason and reactivate. Well, you know what? For purpose for you, driver support. It takes a long time to get a hold of them about being reactivated, because let me tell you, when they first deactivated me, telling me, oh, you broke the terms and conditions of your agreement, blah blah blah, it took them 6 months before they could put me back because they said it was too much. Let me see, because they said I got too much contribution on a slow day. I emailed driver care several times and no response. But you know what though? That scheduled appointment mess for purpose for you, that's a full of crap, because let me tell you, same thing happened to me. Let me tell you. And and this is what happened with Grubhub. Let me tell you, it all depends on what market you're in. If it's not a big market and they take you off, trust me, they got their shenanigans with Grubhub. See, when there's too many people, see, let me tell you, in Atlanta, every market is different. It's not always going to be the same. When they feel that they have too many people in the market and they paying so much money in that guarantee, like if they realize a lot of people jump on board. So say for instance, there's 100 people and they paying a high percentage of guarantee money out to any particular drivers, they will immediately come up with something and then trying to I won't say they deactivate you permanently, but they will certainly tell you broke the contract, and then they will, and then you won't be able to do Grubhub for like 6 months. And then after that, then you may be lucky to get a hold of someone that will turn around and put you back on. They always do that mess. They send ghost pings to cancel our guaranteed pay. That's what they're doing. They always do that. They know they're paying too much money in guarantees per hour. They always do that crap. They realize that they paying too much money in guarantees, and say you schedule it for like 20 hours a week, and they giving you $200. And you know how many people they gotta have to pay out tens of thousands of dollars for people to get guarantees for the little bit of orders they got. That's what they do. That's exactly what they do. That's why I don't even care whether or not if I ever go back with Grubhub. It may take a minute before I even get back on there with them again, but I try to go back and sign up just to see what they're gonna say, and they say, oh, contact driver support. So until a lot of people start dropping off and they need you or they need drivers, then they'll sit there and reactivate you. But it'll be either almost 6 months to 9 months before they even come around and put anyone back on there again. So I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that crap. And I ain't got time for that, because all those big companies, Postmates, Grubhub, DoorDash, they always gonna be under this lawsuit. I hope they go under. I hope they go under. They need to. Every time something happens, they quick to say, oh, you broke the terms and conditions of your agreement, but they can never tell you what you did. They give you some generic email. They full of crap. I'm not gonna sit there, DoorDash and Grubhub and all the rest of them. All they did was ran up my car for under a bunch of miles for a little bit of money. It was good in the long run to make some money, but shoot, for you to make $100 or anything over $100, you got to work almost an 8-hour, 9-hour, 10-hour day. That ain't worth it. I'll stick with Zifty, because at least with Zifty, exactly. See, at least with Zifty, I don't have to work a whole bunch of hours just to make $100. Because to be honest with you, Zifty, even though it's been around in Atlanta for a long time, they have way better quality of restaurants. Now, sometimes I don't like the fact that, you maybe have to go around Virginia Highlands and downtown a lot. Not a lot, but it depends. But it's not as bad as I made it seem. I think sometimes, hey Lynn, I just think sometimes, and look what I got, y'all. I got me this big old sturdy battery charger, and I got this from a friend. She was moving out of her house, and her crazy person she was dealing with, this was part of the things that was left behind. It was brand new too, and it's a big battery charger. And I looked at it, and I got this thing when she moved out of her house a couple of years ago, and I had to charge it. So I put this on the charger, and then one day I said, you know what, let me see if this thing works. And I plugged it up, and then I said, look, yep, lo and behold, it works. And it charges the phone real fast too, boy. So I'll be having this around with me I'm at Publix in Brookhaven. You know where Cine Bistro is? That's where I'm at. I'm off of Peachtree Road or Peachtree. No, this ain't Peachtree Industrial. This is Peachtree Road. It's like between Buckhead and Chamblee. It's like Brookhaven. That's where I'm at. I just got through eating my sandwich from Publix and some chips for lunch because I was starving. Let me tell you, I went to that flower company thing I was telling you about for Valentine's Day. So I get there, first I was supposed to have been there at 10 o'clock this morning. Then the guy called me back and said, "Are you still coming?" And I went there around noon. So I get there and he took my, copied my driver's license and things like that. And I've been there. Oh, so let me tell you. So he tells me to download the app, right? So I have a iPhone. And then the app that they use, they want me to pay $9 to download the app. And I was like, I said, I'm not paying no $9 to do something for 2 days. So he says, well, I know you could do it because I saw your resume, even though my resume had nothing to do with deliveries. It was more of, regular customer service jobs and stuff. So I said that, and then I tried to download the app, and then I couldn't remember my Apple password to pay for it. I was like, oh, Jesus. So I may try to do it later tonight when I get home and see if I'll download the app. I figured $9. He says, well, you're going to miss out $200. And I don't know if that's $200 for 2 days, but they need someone for Valentine's Day and the day after Valentine's Day. And the pay was $9 per delivery. So, basically, if you, of course, they'll load up your car. Not load it up, but, say they give you 4 or 5 deliveries, then I get paid $9 for each of those deliveries. So I'm going to see if I download the app tonight and download it, because I don't really need the app for one thing. And I figured, if I download the app, at least I could get to write that off as an expense, and then I could take it off, because I don't know anyone else is going to use the app. Or I may just keep it. So I'm going to decide. So I told him I'll be back tomorrow. Did deliver again for 4 pickup, 7 delivery. Okay. Well, tell me how much how much money you made doing that. But yeah, so that's what it's gonna be. So if I download it, then I'm gonna go tomorrow morning and they're gonna show me how to work the app, even though it shouldn't be so difficult to work an app. But I think he wants me to come in tomorrow. And if I download the app, and then they said they'd give me a couple deliveries tomorrow to do, So I'll decide to see what happens. But if I get a phone call tomorrow, because I did apply for another company, you just walk by you this. So anyway, I may come back tomorrow and do it. If I pay for that app, I'll do it. But I'm gonna find me a way how I could get it done for free. He said that on the Android phone, the app was free, which was some app called, I can't remember the damn app was called, Courier something. Anyway, I asked him what the hours were. So basically, he said basically you'd be finished at 2:30. 1:30, 2:30. So he said he had about 400, 500 deliveries. So I was like, man, that's a lot. So I think they said how many people they had. I think they said they had about 20 people or so. So I think if they were to divvy up the deliveries, you'll make money based on how many deliveries you have. I think you should do. Okay, I should do it in live stream. Yeah, I can do live stream, but if I do it, I gotta do a certain time, and I'm gonna make me a tape video about it, telling, describing what I'm gonna be doing, set some guidelines, because a lot of people don't know how to follow the guidelines, and I'm gonna do it like that. Then I will do a live stream and then anyone wants to ask their questions, have their questions available, so I could review the questions and then answer it then. But I'm not gonna be doing this. I know that ain't my former coworker. I know that's not Chaz. Oh Lord, my former coworker. What you doing?
Not much. Did you know I used to work here?
No.
Yeah, this is my resting place before Wipro, you know?
Lord, did you get my message? Hold on, y'all. I'm on live stream with YouTube. Now, what y'all, you didn't get my message about a couple weeks ago? I was actually used to work at Wipro.
That was you?
Yes.
I didn't know who that was. I didn't respond. I didn't know who that was.
I was like, hello, this is Teresa. I thought I put my name on there.
Oh.
You still at Wipro?
I'm still there. For now. I'm about to be gone in probably like 2 weeks though.
Why?
I don't do better. I got some other opportunities and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
I drop for Uber now, so.
Oh, you used to do Uber? Man, I canceled that stupid ass Uber, boy. I was like,
I make good money.
Yeah, you could make some good money. Well, you know my car, my poor little Kia.
Broke down on you?
It didn't break down. The turbo engine and the switch. And I went to this place. It's about $3,000 to fix it.
Just text me again. My ride's outside. I gotta run outside.
All right, but come back if you. All right.
All right.
That was my former coworker, y'all. He used to work with me at Wipro. Chaz. I said, I texted you the other day. You didn't even, that was you? I said, yeah, that was me. Oh. Yeah, he still work at Wipro. I wonder where he going. Well, anywho, what was I about to say? Yes, I'm going to do my series of videos, and then I'm going to put the topic. So when I put that specific topic, that's what I'm going to talk about. And then I'll go ahead and, have my resources and information available. So y'all better have some notes ready and paper and pen, and, take some notes. And then if you have questions, you can send me a message. I'm still trying to do taxes and things of that nature, so I'm still going to do around $150 to do a tax return. I'll do the state for free, and I can assure you, you ain't going to pay $150 to do no tax return. Yeah, I called that dang law firm a couple days ago after someone told me about Blessed Driver video. So I called them. Let me tell you what the update was on that. They looked it up. They told me it was $70. I was like, I said, it's more than $70 that I'm supposed to get. I said, shoot, they owe me $70 just for the 3 referrals that they never paid me on. So I don't know where they get $70 from. But yes, Instacart appealed, so it's pushed back. So it's not going to be March that you're going to get a check. It's going to be, hey Nicole, it's going to be April, I heard. So they appealed it. So it's not going to get, so whatever money they claim they're going to pay us, you're not going to get that until April. And then it may be pushed back some more. So I don't get these companies, they know they did wrong, and then they want to appeal and go to court and, all that kind of stupidness. They need to go under. That's what they need to do. They just need to go under. But that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be a little bit, and then what I'm going to do? I'm going to write me a little book, and it's go on Amazon, $300 plus here from my tax account that I did myself because most of my income is from a W-2 job. Yeah, if you only have a little income from your 1099s, and that's not, it's not going to really be that important. It's going to be really more the ones who really need to be worried about their taxes is the ones who do this full time, like Terry Tips and who else I know do it full time. The other guy in Chicago be with the beard all the time. Him. It's quite a few YouTubers I know for a fact they do 1099 gig jobs full time, and they seriously need to. I know they seriously need to be mindful about their taxes. Some people like to say, I just give all my stuff to the accountant and he does everything. If the accountant never told you that you're supposed to, yeah, it is. That's one of the things I'm going to talk about. What's the changes? The changes where they doubled up the deductions and they eliminated the exemptions. So you can't, people used to claim, kids and everything, that's not included anymore. That's all included in the double. It's all included in this exemption. So single, head of households, married filing joint, BZK backlog. Ooh, I don't know what you're talking about. All those people need to, all those deductions were doubled, which eliminated the exemptions. And then basically what it does, to be honest with you, is that a lot of people are going to think they're going to get a big tax return for a refund. And in actuality, they're going to get a less of a pay to drive. Him. They quick to tell people, I got my accountant. You ain't got no accountant. A tax preparer is not an accountant. I am not an accountant. I don't have my CPA license. I'm a tax consultant, but I am not an accountant. But I've taken enough courses to sit for the accountant CPA exam. But I don't have the kind of money to do it. And two, I don't think I really feel like, sorry, BZ, aka, but I don't still know who you're talking about, Jameson. But yeah. So if you have a tax accountant and they never told you that you're supposed to pay estimated taxes and tell you the amount that you're supposed to pay, and they don't give you that information, you need to get rid of them, because that's one of the first things any tax accountant should tell you. Not give people the impression that, oh, I'll just wait until the end of the year. You're not supposed to wait until the end of the year. You're not supposed to wait until the end of the year to pay your taxes. The tax system is a pay-as-you-go system. Just like a W-2, they take out taxes out of your check. You're supposed to also take out the taxes from your 1099 income. And you're supposed to pay quarterly. And if you don't pay quarterly, then you're going to get penalized at the end. But a lot of people still under the impression, they think you're supposed to write off all your income. Just because you think you made $40,000 of 1099 income, who the hell? That doesn't mean that you're supposed to subtract that down to zero to pay no taxes. That's where people get in trouble. If you don't have no kind of W-2 where you have a regular job and you have taxes coming out of that W-2 to even out your 1099 income, you're going to get in trouble. And even if you did have a W-2 and you have taxes taken out, you still have a tax obligation to pay that quarterly taxes. Depending on how much you're supposed to pay is based upon 100% of the tax or whatever's greater. And that's determined from your previous year's tax return. I've been talking about this for the last 2 years. I keep mentioning it for the last 2 years, but I still keep getting these videos or seeing people making videos talking about 35, 45% and all this crazy stuff. And y'all don't even take it. And even then, y'all don't even take out the percentage. Y'all make these estimates on YouTube. I take 35. You don't have you ain't even holding no 35% out of your check. Putting it in an account is not taking it out. You ever thought about filing exempt, like if you had it? No, you do not file exempt. I'm not even going to finish reading this question. All right, Jameson, you're going to make my head hurt. You're really going to make my head hurt. You do not file exempt. That is not what that is. That does not apply to 99% of the people. People who file exempt are those who are filed as an exemption on someone else's tax return. For instance, If I had a teenager child and they had a little part-time job and I claimed them as my dependent as part of my exemptions, they will file exempt because someone else is claiming them on someone else's return and they're exempt because they're not going to make any money and they don't make enough money throughout the year to pay any taxes. But if you are exempt and you're claiming somebody else's on someone else's return and you had taxes taken out of your check, you file a tax return as well. But you're going to say, can someone else claim you as someone else's return? You would say, yes, you're claimed on your parents' return. And you getting back your tax withholdings. So if you are a teenager or someone, and I ain't going to say teenager because most people who make under $4,000 a year, they don't make any money throughout the year. They don't have a tax because the money they make is less than their exemption. It's less than their standard deduction in this case. The standard deduction for this year, I do believe, when I get all my materials and go online and I do my first series, I'm going to talk about what are the changes that occurred for TAD 2019 and what the differences are. That's going to be my first video. And in that video, the first video, I'm going to make the key points of what were the changes. And it has nothing to do with whether you do it yourself. This is what everybody needs to know. What are the changes? Because when the tax law changed last year and it was passed, everyone was getting online who I know for a fact had no knowledge of accounting, and never worked for the federal government, never worked for the IRS. They came up there and made these videos so they could get some viewerships and get some subscribers, making false accusations and incorrect information. And then when we turned around, they didn't even do their research and due diligence. They just make a video because it's a hot topic. Every time there's a hot topic on YouTube and everybody's talking about it, everybody jumps on the bandwagon and make a video about it because all they want to do is hit like if you like my video, hit like. Oh, hit subscribe and be my subscriber. They don't give a damn about giving accurate information. See, I can make my videos all day long and make a series of videos. My videos are not monetized. I don't even have 1,000 subscribers, not one. I have no way close to 1,000 subscribers, but I make these videos because I don't have no monetary gain from it. I have nothing. I'm not making no money from these videos. So for me to take as much time to do these series videos is, would you take it from someone who's not looking to advance their video YouTube stardom and give out any kind of false information? Or do you want to speak to someone who has, I don't have no interest. I have no interest in terms of my making these videos. Matter of fact, I'm not utilizing my time in terms of making anything extra or nothing of the sort. Nothing. Now, it may take a year, 2 years, maybe 3 to get to 1,000 subscribers, but I'm not making any money from this. I'm not. Now, of course, if a lot of people want to use my service and you want to contact me, and you contact me, send me a private message, and then if you need help, whatever, and you want someone to do your returns or whatever, you don't have any money, or you don't have $300-400 to pay some tax accountant, as some of y'all want to say y'all have, which y'all don't, because Jackson Hewitt, H&R Block, and none of them, they're not accountants. And I work with TurboTax. I worked as an independent contractor for Live Ops, working for TurboTax online, helping people online for a company, getting paid 32 cents a minute for each time I talk on the phone. And trust me, my experience, my knowledge as an independent contractor and working for the federal government, and my education background in accounting and all my experiences outweighs any YouTuber who just makes videos because it's the talk of the town, and it's this time of year when people make videos and they have no knowledge about nothing. Talking about, oh, you checking your miles and it's 54 cents a mile to take off your tax. You know, anybody could do that. It doesn't, you have software you could get for free. You could go to Credit Karma and have your taxes done. And you just plug in the numbers, what you got. And then you say, okay, well, I get them back $300, you know, but that doesn't mean that those softwares are correct. The software is only good as what you put it in. Whatever you put in, it's going to output what the information is, but that doesn't give you, that's not a tax planning. That's not tax planning. I used to listen to a Sirius Talk Radio, not Sirius, it was Sirius Radio, and it's a CPA lawyer that I used to listen to when I had Sirius Radio in my Kia, and he was an accountant and a tax attorney in DC, and he talked about tax planning. He says, why go and don't put your resources, or put it this way, don't put your financial future in the hands of a tax accountant box. What he means by that is going to Walmart, getting a tax software, whether it be free or whether it be a small business, and you're putting your information in there. That's not a tax planning, especially if you do these gig economy jobs. As millions and millions of people get into the gig economy work environment. None of that is preparing you for retirement. None of that prepares you for what is it to do to reduce my taxes throughout the year. It's not about, oh, I got taxes taken out and I get me a little bit of refund. That's not tax planning. That does not help you. And if you're thinking that this is your own business, like how a lot of people make YouTube videos, you got to run this as a business. You got to be a hustle, you know, and meantime, you're poor. You're still poor. Making that little bit of, you know, yeah, it may be looking cute and all, making $600 a week or $1,000 a week or $1,200 a week driving for Uber. But what does that have to do with the fact that you don't have no savings, retirement income? You know, you don't have no income for your retirement. You know, you don't have no kind of retirement, because let me tell you, automation cars are coming. All of these jobs that we're doing now, driving people around, picking up food, delivering food, you know, in the next 10 years or so, it's going to be automated. You know, even working in a supermarket is going to be done automation. The time of thinking you could get a regular job to retire on, nope. Exactly, and technically, I take the same, when I was working with the IRS, the same training that I've done, and my educational background is the same thing that I've invested a lot to learn, and it's not simply, no, they're not trained. All they doing is training to do software. That ain't nothing. I could go to an H&R Block in Jackson Hewitt right now and find one and say, do you need help? And they'll pay me, they'll talk crazy, talk about, oh, we pay you $10 an hour, and then if you get a little bonus if you do so many returns. And please, you know, the only way I'll do something like that is if I had nothing to do, and I'm trying to make a couple $100 for the next couple months, and that's it. Other than that, that's what they want to pay me, $10. You know, what would be some black person who open up a little tax firm or a franchise, and they want to nickel and dime you to death? You're not using my talents and pay me $10, so you're gonna make me an office manager and pay me $15, $16 an hour just to sit there all day and pay me a percentage of the revenues. Then I'll consider it. But other than that, They hired me last year, and I was like, $10 an hour just to sit up in the dang ghetto. And it was April. And I was like, ain't nobody coming through here at this time of the year, because half those people already got their money in February, or they got those loans. And I just can't put myself to do that. You know, they already said, I get a lot of messaging updates from the IRS Newswire, and you know, they said that the percentage of refunds that people normally get dropped 16%. The IRS takes statistics on the average refund, and they said that this year the average refund is going to be less. So don't think you're going to get the same amount of refund, $3,000-$4,000 like you used to get. Nope, it's going to be at least $1,000 less because the taxes went up. Like Roll 100. Yeah, I've seen Roll 100 today. I saw his video. I made a comment. I said, this ain't my business. Shoot. I can't remember what I told him. I know I said one thing. I said, this is not your business. You know, the rate of return doesn't even equate to justifying to driving around all day, every day, full time, running down your car to the ground. I'm so mad that I allowed myself to do that with my Kia, with some of these companies. Well, most of those companies I did last year, especially when it came to doing Instacart. Instacart was the main one. Instacart, and then I was doing People for a little bit, but not as much. But it was that Instacart, giving people 3-4 batches at one time, and you driving 50, 60, 70 miles in one delivery, and they don't even pay you the extra $5 because they said, oh, you had a bundle, you know, full of crap. I would never do it again. And like I said, if I'm not working in platforms or nothing, I'm not using them as a customer. I'm not going to use Instacart. I'm not going to do, what else am I going to use? I'm not going to do Uber Eats. I don't care if I'm starving. I'll open up me a can of pork and beans before I sit up in there and order anything from Uber Eats. Half the restaurants around my area is not even no good anyway. Half of it is nasty as hell, especially that nasty wing place. Yeah, it's too far apart. I swear to God, I bet, shoot, the only thing, it was ridiculous. I made $600, I think on a good week, I made maybe about $600 or something like that with Instacart. But the number of hours that I put in was probably 70, 80 hours. It was a lot. It was extremely a lot. And like I said, you know, I had to do what I had to do at the time until I had found something in terms of a job. But, you know, look what the end result was. The end result was I end up putting more miles on the car, messing up my, you know, turbo engine. Now I need to get fixed. I need to contact Kia, by the way, about that crap. Hey, Ruthie. Y'all must be off now. What time is it? Because I'm supposed to be doing Zifty at 6 o'clock. Oops, I got 30 minutes. Oh, so let me tell y'all, I did get a Amazon Flex food delivery today. Before I came to Publix to get me to eat my lunch/dinner, I was in Buckhead, and I turned on the Amazon app. First I had got a first one I got was an $80 delivery for packages all the way in Lawrenceville. And I was like, dang, this thing stood up a long time. And then I hit accept, and then I turned around and dropped it and canceled it, because I said, there's no way I'm going to be in Lawrenceville from Buckhead in 15 minutes. So I waited. I know that's right. I will not burp. I will not. But I have a way I'm going to get that turbo fixed, but I'm not going to mention it right now. But let me tell you, so I canceled that block because I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be in Lawrenceville in that amount of that short period of time. So I dropped it. And then after that, I was getting all these requests for deliveries, all these requests for going to Smyrna to pick up packages, and Lawrenceville. I was like, God damn, they're busy. And I was like, nope, $44 and $50 just to go all the way to Lawrenceville or Smyrna to pick up packages, and you don't even know where you're going in the middle of rush hour. I said, nope. So I turned it on. I get an order that was a restaurant that was a mile up the street, and I picked it up. I said, oops, I got me a food delivery. And I hit accept, went there, picked it up, dropped it off. So it tells you a range. So I don't know how much that food delivery was, but it did say it was anywhere between, I think it said, I can't remember what it said. I was so happy to get a food order from Amazon. I didn't even look. I think it said anywhere between 8 to 12 or 10 to 12 dollars or something like that. So I said, okay, I'll take it. And it wasn't even that bad. The restaurant was up the street, boom. And the place I went to, right up the street on Peachtree and Buckhead, boom. And the lady was right outside waiting at the gate because I had to go to the security gate to the security guard, and I was telling him the person's name. I said, I'm delivering for so and so and so. And then I had to look, and then I had to look, and I said, I don't know the apartment number, Then I looked and scrolled more, and then it had the apartment number, and I saw she was standing right outside because she knew that. So I started to call her, and I said, okay. Then she came out, and I said, oh, thank you. And then I said I had kept it in, I had put it in a Postmate bag, and I gave her her food, and I said, oh, there you go, and said, thank you, and went on about my business. So now I gotta find out how often Amazon food deliveries picks up and what restaurants and area to go to, because if I could go into an area, turn on that app, I'm not picking up no packages, I'm sorry. And I have yet done Amazon Fresh, and I don't know, I'm gonna have to I don't want to do Amazon too much because Amazon got a habit of, if you too regular with them and you constantly keep doing blocks and stuff, they'll be quick to come back and says, oh, you broke your condition, we terminating your contract. They won't tell you the reason why. That's why I don't do Amazon like that. I do Amazon sparingly. But other than that, I'm not going to do Amazon like that all the time. And I told somebody that before. I said, don't be concentrating worrying about doing no Amazon, because I said they got a bad habit of, once you get used to making money with them, it's like they almost like, okay, no more, you can't do it no more. Nope, too much room for error. That's why I don't do packages, because the minute you pick up packages and knowing that a lot of people are not doing it, they'll load your package, they'll load your car up, and you'll be going all over damn Georgia. Not Atlanta. You'll be going the whole state of Georgia. The whole state. And you'll be driving, and then if you don't deliver those 30 boxes in 3 hours, and you go back to the warehouse, they'll question you. Why you ain't delivered this? What's going on? What happened? And then it goes against you, and next thing you know, they kick you off the platform. So, I do Amazon real sparingly. Don't do it on a regular basis. Maybe do it maybe twice. Maybe do a few deliveries, during the week, or maybe a couple days, just to kind of, get about $30 to $40 maybe, and that's it. But other than that, nope. You're not gonna. These companies are not gonna use me up like that. That's why I didn't do Zifty for a while. I didn't do Zifty for a long time. I kept Zifty on the back burner because I said, you know what? Just in case I get tired of all the rest of them, which I did. Deliv and Grubhub and DoorDash and all those, I knew it. Anytime there's too many people in the market, That's when you see the rates. You don't make as much money. Some people, let me tell you, some people I speak to, they're like, ooh, I made 100 something this week with DoorDash. Don't get too comfortable. And you know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. Because, see, DoorDash and Grubhub, they have a lot of presence in terms of advertising. Every time I drive around Atlanta, I see on the bus a park bench somewhere. They got advertised DoorDash and TV commercials or Grubhub and all that. You think that all that millions of dollars they're spending in advertising, do you think they're going to pass that along to the drivers? Nope. Delivery people? Nope. Nope. You know. And then if you, and like I said, until these damn companies get caught, caught skimming from the tips, meaning that if a customer give you good tips, you may get $10. It's like, ooh, that's great. I could assure you, Grubhub and I ain't gonna say Grubhub, DoorDash is only gonna pay a minimum of $1. If you get a majority of those tips, they're going to say, oops, you making your money from tips, so we don't need to pay you. Trust me, they're not transparent in how they pay out. At least when I did DoorDash a couple years ago, when they first started, at least they was paying $5 per delivery plus the tips. When they was doing that, it was great. But the sooner they started picking up, and a lot of people started jumping on board doing DoorDash, all of a sudden the money changed. I noticed a big difference when I did DoorDash from the beginning versus now. Not now, but, last year. I know there's a big difference in money. And trust me, we're not talking about a couple dollar differences. We're talking about a couple $100 differences in terms of doing it for a month. Especially when I did DoorDash, it was $5 per delivery. On a Saturday, I would easily make 20 deliveries on a Saturday. $100 in delivery fees and $60 and $70. I voted for Trump. Whatever. You're an asshole if you voted for Trump. That's all I know. Voted for Trump. I voted for Trump. And there ain't nothing to brag about. Why would you want to brag about that? You're a Trump supporter. Y'all think Trump give a damn about y'all. You don't give a damn about nobody else. All he want to do is build that stupid ass bridge or wall, whatever, so he can put his damn note for it. Yeah, whatever. And then your poor ass be straight up on there and doing talking about somebody stole your job. That ain't nothing to brag about, trust me. But yeah, I gotta remember, I gotta buy me some eggs before I leave. Well, I'll do it when I get home, on my way home. But anywho, what time is it? 5. Oh man, I forgot. My Zifty thing starts at 6 o'clock, not 5 o'clock. I said I didn't want to do it during rush hour. Most people don't even order food until once they get home. So 6 to 9, Amazon has their own drivers delivering home. Oh, they got that in Atlanta too. They got regular drivers that drives for Amazon. It's those blue trucks. And then they got those companies that's third-party companies that have their own Amazon truck and they hire drivers. So you're not working for Amazon, you're working for a trucking company. And then you're working you can either work a full-time schedule or part-time. But most of those companies, they're looking for full-time. And you literally driving around in a truck with 50, 60, 100 packages, and you just going around the city just delivering them. And then if you want to become an Amazon partner, you have to get you buy the trucks, and it's like a blue truck with the logos, Amazon logo on it. And then you like a because Amazon don't have their own trucks. Those are independent. Those are companies or people who started their own trucking company and do it. But Amazon, they still hire drivers and stuff to do packages. But I think it depends. I think it's like residential. I think it was or something like that. I know this video is going to be copyrighted because of the music in the background. I am so stuffed. All right. But tell me, what do y'all think would be a good day that y'all want me to do my live stream Q&A? Because I was thinking of either doing it like, I don't want to do it on the weekends. I think a lot of people might be busy on the weekends. Thursday nights maybe. Around 9. Will y'all be available then? Because I want new subscribers and new people to have opportunities to join. But of course, one thing is you can always play it back. And I'm going to have to also put a time limit too. I don't want to be on live stream for 3 hours doing it either. So what's today? Today's Tuesday, so I may do my first session this Thursday. Yeah, I'm gonna do it this Thursday just to kind of because I think a lot of people by now, they should have already gotten their W-2s. Most people get their W-2s by the end of February, so that's a couple of weeks. So I'll start this Thursday. I thought 3 hours was the thing. No, I ain't never been on there no 3 hours. If I've been on here for 3 hours, it must have been on my way home, driving in the car. Oh no, I ain't doing no 3 hour live streams. Not for that. That's too long for a series. Besides, somebody always wanted to monopolize. Well, I made 10,000, and then I'm gonna know. And if I made this, they always want to ask, half answers. Don't ask those questions like that. Don't ask me if you made 10,000, how much I'm supposed to pay. Because one, I don't know your filing status. I don't know if you itemize. I don't know if you're claiming someone's dependent. You can't ask no blanket question. How much tax I'm supposed to pay? There's more to that than how much you make. Do you itemize? Do you take a standard deduction? Do you have a Schedule C? I'm just going to answer. My series is going to be based on the different forms, the different filing statuses, and I'm going to talk about depreciation, because I think a lot of people, I think a lot of y'all don't realize when you have a vehicle, there's a part of your tax return that you're supposed to calculate depreciation of your vehicle, especially in these ride-sharing gigs. And a lot of people don't even think about that. They just totally don't even, that's probably not even mentioned or done on their tax return. And I bet you if some of y'all went back to some of these people y'all went to do their return, and if you don't have the depreciation of vehicle on your tax record, trust me, it's done incorrectly, and you're not benefiting. You're not benefiting from from the entire process, and I don't think a lot of people understand how it works. So that's going to be one major topic I'm going to discuss. Another topic I'm going to discuss is about the healthcare penalty. That's another big thing that a lot of people need to be aware of. That a lot of people don't calculate. They miscalculate that, and then with the tax healthcare penalty, it could be almost $500, $600 penalty, and that could wipe out a lot of people's refund off the bat. You know, and then if you only getting a little bit of refund, you end up owing. Because you know you're supposed to have health care insurance, and if you don't have it, you get penalized for every month that you didn't qualify for. But then people don't know how do you become exempt from that penalty. That's a topic. That's a major topic. That's going to be a video. That's one video by itself, to be honest. Let me see. What's the other major things? Retirement planning. How do you set aside money for retirement by putting it into an IRA account so you could lower your taxes? Because you know you have to have some sort of retirement. It's 5:44. It'll be almost time for me to finish from this live stream. I've been on here according to this 57 minutes, Lynn. And then I'm going to sit here and wait and see if I get a Zifty order. Hopefully I'll get about 3, maybe 4 deliveries for the night. Because I don't think it's going to be as busy. You know, Tuesday may be too slow. But if it gets too slow, then I'll make my way back home. Your power hour is starting soon. Go on duty now to make most of it. All right, y'all. Well, let me go. I will see y'all on Thursday night. And I'm going to try to be on here at, let me see. I think I'm going to do 9 o'clock. I'm going to either do 8 or 9 o'clock, but I'll let y'all know. And then I will have my, I'm going to tape a pre-recording, like a little short video. And then I'll do a live stream where to do the Q&A. So y'all have your questions ready? Because when I make the first video, it's going to be pre-recorded. And it's going to talk about what were the major changes in the tax law. And then I'll have a precursor to that live stream Q&A on Thursday night. So I'm going to try to do it. I'm not going to try to do it too late because I know a lot of people got to get up and go to work tomorrow, the next day rather. So, but I want to do it in a time where I know people will be home to at least review and take advantage of the series. All right, y'all. So it was nice talking with y'all. Y'all have a good one. See y'all Thursday. And watch out for my recording, my pre-recorded one, probably tomorrow. Okay, Lillian. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, Liv. Bye, Purpose for Me. Bye, Lillian. Bye, Ruthie. Bye, Nicole. Purpose for You. Who else I'm missing? Jameson. And all the rest of y'all. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video.